Guys, I'm GadgetMan404 and here's my i1 Extreme dismantled. I'm trying to rig up an external receiver using PPM so then I can use my brand spanking new Spectrum, I believe it's a DX6i. Having a few issues there, but that will get resolved shortly. Now the main reason why I'm making this video is basically, if you can see that, now on the inside of that hub there's like a 50, it's like a 50p P-shape hexagonal or whatever, okay, and that locks onto the motor mounts. So when you take that off and put that on, there is like a bolt, like a hexagonal piece, and that locks onto the bolt. And then you put your washer, you put a rubber washer, and then the locking nut on the top, which is fantastic. Keeps it very, very secure. Now that was just with a little impact. Okay, yesterday that was with very, very minimal impact, and yet it has completely screwed up the propeller. You know, you cannot use that again. The plastic, as I said, doesn't bend very well. Very, very brittle. It's, you know, cheap plastic. These are the stock propellers for the i1 Extreme, and if you can, I wouldn't bother using them or saving your money to buy new ones, because you will struggle to get hold of these. I don't believe you can get them off eBay, or if you can, they're coming from China, and the company that make them are based in China. So basically you're not getting them off eBay really, you're getting them just direct from RC Logger. They're just putting stuff on eBay. But as a seller, I couldn't buy stock from them and then put it on eBay. I don't think they allow it. They obviously want to have the market. So I use these propellers. These are ABS 6-inch 45s. And these are bulletproof propellers. A lot thicker plastic. Really strong. And what I like about these, and I'll show you what I mean. If you have an impact, okay, if you have an impact, that thing can still move. So if you hit long grass, the motor could still spin round, and that means you're not going to burn out your motors, and you don't break the propellers. The propellers are what you need to fly, and without the propellers, you're sodded. You know, you can't do it. So I wouldn't bother with the RC Logger official props. I'm using ABS 6045s. I've also used Gemfan 5030s, and again 6045s. I also have got HQ 6045 bullnose. They work amazingly. Obviously bullnose, they're squared off at the end, so they are just, you know, really strong. I've even used carbon composite propellers. So stiff, they don't give any bend, and again very strong. I was talking about the other day, I did a mod so you can use different batteries. Now let me just unplug all this because it's not going to do at the minute anyway. Right, so as you can see, and I'll get there close, just bear with me people. There. So basically, you're missing out the middle pins. So you solder positive to positive, negative to negative, you miss out the middle ones, and then you can use a Dean's style battery, and I use 1300s at the moment, 2 cell, still 2 cell. 7.4 volts, 1300 milliamp. So I'd not gone any higher. I don't know if you can go higher, but at the moment I haven't gone any higher. That frame, this is a diatone switchblade. It's like a carbon composite. Now look at how thin it is. It's about a mil, probably a mil to 2 mil thick. And all them crashes you see me have, like every week, and I'm still on the existing frame. I've never broken an arm or anything. So it is a very, very strong frame. It actually comes with another section that's supposed to be like a cage underneath here, and that's where you put all your FPV gear. But basically I don't bother with the FPV gear because I just wanted to go light, and I didn't even know if it would work. Now, how I fitted it onto this frame is really, really straightforward. Where the holes are where it would normally fit onto the existing frame, I've just cable tied it to the underside of the new frame. As you can see, I'm just turning it slowly. So I've just cable tied it to the existing frame, and basically you can still use your proprietary batteries. That isn't popping out underneath too much, and because the battery's there anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. When I'm not using that battery, I just stick it, just stick it down there. It's out the way so it can't get sucked into the propellers, etc. But it does work. I mean, if you want, I will go and I will get a battery and show you. So just bear with me. I'll put this on pause. Right, I am back. Now here is a 1300 milliamp hour battery. Okay, it's still 7.4 volts. It's still a 2-cell. I've got a voltage meter on there, so 1 cell is 4.3 and 2 cell is 4 for that. Now I'm going to plug this in for you guys so you can see that I'm not saying, oh, do this and blow up your quad, because I wouldn't do that. So there it is, look, it's all plugged in, no magic smoke. Voltage meter is all rigged up there. So that's working, look. Just try and sort of turn it around a bit. There's your 1300 milliamp hour. That's in beginner mode. Out. And there you go, people. I'm gonna give you some throttle. Now that's the safety thing, that's supposed to do that. That's one thing about the motors, they do cut off if they hit something, which is good. And so there you have it, and that is set in sport mode. When it flashes amber, that's sport mode. So there you go, look. You're missing out the centre 2 pins, which is on the proprietary battery. You get 4 little holes that click into there. So you've got positive, negative, positive, negative. So I had an idea, and I just thought, well, if you miss out the middle 2 and just have positive the first left as you're looking at it, and negative, because it goes positive, negative, positive, negative. So you just put a positive, which is the first one, a negative on the last one. So that's why I did that. So positive is the first one, negative is the last one, and well, you've seen it, it works. I'll try it again. Out, it's my bloody finger. Out, it's my hair. So there you go, that is definitely like that battery. It really, really works. So I hope you find or have found this video informative. You can use your battery alarm and set it to whatever voltage you want. I will unplug that. So that's showing you guys that you can use non-stock batteries. You know, that's a 1300. The maximum on a RC Logger i1 Extreme is like an 1150, and then they do an 800 as well. So I think, you know, 1300, 7 volts, 2 cell, I get about 10 minutes with that battery, with this setup, and I'm using 6-inch props as well. Now, as you can see, the motors should be fitted here, but these motors can't be fitted directly to the frame. So where the frame goes and there's loads of holes, all I've done is, look, I've just sort of done it like that, so just cable ties, and then on the one hole, I think you can see, you can't, it just won't focus in. Well, normally in that little gap, it's on the other side, so there's a screw, look, and that just goes into the motor mount, and then that's it. Now, if you have any sort of crashes or anything like that, then basically these snap, which is what it's supposed to do. So that snaps off, so you don't lose a motor. I mean, I've had this quad now for a good few months, and I crash it all the time, and I'm still on the original motors, and these motors, because they're small and they are brushless, they're like £15 each for a little motor, where you can get the DYS's or the DYI's from Banggood for a £5. But I don't know if anyone can tell me what is the kV rating. I don't know what the maximum batteries this board can take, because the ESCs are built into the circuit board. It's also got a barometer sensor there, so basically it does have altitude hold, this quadcopter, and for a quadcopter under £100 with having altitude hold, I find is very, very good. So yeah, I just wanted to bring up, don't buy these propellers if you can help it, because they are cheap rubbish. They don't last, they won't take a crash, they won't take an impact. I only crashed into grass yesterday and it just sheared off because they're fitted. So basically that is what will happen. You know, they are fitted to the motor shaft, and when that hits something, the motor spins, that is going to shear off. And look at the damage. Not even nowhere near can you repair that. I mean, that's completely had it. I've glued other props together before now, but these, forget it. So don't use them. ABS 6045s, ABS 5040s, 5030s, HQ 6045s, 5040s, 5030s, gem fans. You know, there's so many other propellers which you can use with this, and you can even use different batteries. So if you're interested in this, all you have to do is whatever battery connector you want, positive, negative, because underneath it's positive, negative, positive, negative. So you're missing out the two middle ones. And I don't know if you can go higher than a 1300. If you can, please drop me a line and let me know, because that would be absolutely great. Because I would love to go even bigger than a 1300, but I daren't. Because if this flight control board goes, then I'm looking at £50 to replace it, because it's all integrated. You've got a 2 stack for a start. Look, there's 2 circuit boards. You've got your flight control board, and then you've got, that's probably the flight control board on the top, and then you've got all your ESCs, and everything else is soldered into the bottom. So yeah, there's a lot of work there, and that's why they're so expensive. But I was just wondering if I could fit a different flight control board on this, because now I've got a different transmitter. I can use a different receiver to pair it with that transmitter, and a different flight control board, and it would be more economical to keep repairing, because £50 a pop isn't really economical for me, or for anybody really. So yeah, I hope you guys have found this interesting. Sorry if I sort of lose my way a little bit, because I've got so much to tell you, and I'm like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So please continue to subscribe. I've gone over 100 subscribers now. I think I'm about 117. So thank you to all you guys. A big thumbs up to everyone that subscribes and has subscribing to me, if that is such a word. Thanks for subscribing. Please leave me comments, messages, what you think of my videos, and I'll continue to make more. So yeah, thanks a lot guys. This is Gadgetman 404 out.